few ways. We both work for this group, Biodiversity Research Institute, which primarily focuses on doing contaminants studies with birds mostly. So we look at mercury levels in loons and osprey and fish and eagles, and so that's kind of like our niche. We've been doing that for a little while now.
I've watched that pair of eagles for quite a few years.
It's actually, yeah, I guess, yeah, that is the island.
So
yep.
the outermost of three, as
yep.
I recall.
Right. This winter, after those deer showed up on the St. Croix, when we flew that, there was 11 on the carcasses.
11 eagles.
Yep. All, I think it was probably like 60-40 to an adult to immature. But it was pretty impressive to see. There's a couple of loons up on this lake. You can feed them a fish right out of your hand.
Really? Well, maybe we can catch some of those today while we're at.
And he usually hangs right where we're going. That's kind of his trademark.
We have a net in the car. I don't think we've ever caught one during the day, but you never know. Just grab him by the beak.
He swims right around your boat. He'll stay right with you.
That's funny. They're extraordinarily agile. I've had a bird in my net, and I was being kind of lazy and not picking it up too quick. And the bird did a 180 and shot out of that net, like, just in a moment.
Never to be caught again, probably.
That's the... So you guys have bird experience, working with birds, banding?
Oh, yeah.
That kind of thing?
Absolutely.
So we're going to hand this over to you, Thomas, and let you,
you can
do all the work?
I'm here primarily today for guidance and transportation, I guess. No, whatever we need.
So have you...
I got involved when they did this research originally.
Okay.
10 years ago, Linda Welch did it. I was involved with
some
of
that
work.
With Linda. Yeah. I did a lot of island seabird work, and Linda was my supervisor. Yep. Have you put on the bands with the rivets and done that whole thing?
No, I haven't applied. Well, I probably assisted. This is 10 years ago. I probably assisted with it, but no, most of the bands we use are the crimp-on. But I've seen the rivets applied, but no, I haven't done it. You're going to be doing the groundwork anyway, right?
Yeah, well, it's nice to get people involved, and, with 2 chicks, it makes it more efficient if we can get a couple of people doing different things, so.
Let me know if you need me to move. Yeah, it's in the boat.
It's a biodiversity motor. Actually, no heavy metal. 40% more efficient than the food boat.
I've heard about these are brand new, right? So it's like just the
second year, and they only made like one horsepower last year.
Watch your hand. The wardens and Rich and I are all with the Maine Department of Inland Fisheries and Wildlife. The wardens are with the Warden Service Bureau, and their job is principally enforcement of fish and wildlife regulations, fish and game regulations. Rich's and my job are wildlife management. We're in one of the 7 regions in the state responsible for all the wildlife management programs that go on in that region, including things like nuisance wildlife and assisting with projects like this. This is a research project done as a research program through the cooperation with the University of Maine. A lot of the research that's necessary for what we do for wildlife management, that research often takes the form of graduate thesis work for students that are in wildlife, and that's how we get a lot of the research done that's needed to be applied for management purposes on the ground.
So you guys decide, you're the guys that decide how many bass you can catch?
Well, our counterparts in fisheries would be. We're specifically with wildlife.
Oh, just wildlife, I got you.
And
so you would do bear, decide to quote on bear or moose? Or
in our particular jobs, there are various biological positions in the department. But with our jobs in the regions, we're kind of the general practitioners of wildlife management programs over the whole state. So we do a little bit of everything. We have to get our hands dirty on just about everything dealing with wildlife programs. And we do have counterparts in the region for just fisheries. So.
Okay. And have you been doing this for a while yourself?
About 5 days.
You're brand new to it.
Brand new.
Hey, wow. Where do you go to school for this?
New York State at Cornell University.
And how did you get a job working for the Maine Wildlife?
Well, I was previously a wildlife technician in Arizona for Arizona Game and Fish Department.
Yep.
And decided to make a break for the Northeast, out of the desert.
You know, I bet you're the envy of a lot of your classmates.
Yeah, it's probably true.
I mean, this is like one of the best places in the Northeast, actually on the East Coast to work, right, isn't it?
Definitely, it's a great opportunity.
Part of this research project is focused on whether some of that failure is due to the fact that our eagles in Maine and in the Northeast in general are carrying heavier loads, heavier residues of some of the heavy metals and some of the toxins, environmental toxins, PCBs, dioxins, things like that. Another thing, like I mentioned, is weather. Also human disturbance factors. When that female is incubating in the spring, we have very cold, wet springs here more often than not. And if we have a human disturbance factor too close to a nest, somebody well-intentioned walking around near a nest, many of our eagles are intolerant of that type of behavior. And if that female is, for whatever reason, is stressed enough to flush from that nest, all she has to do is leave that egg for several minutes, be off that nest, and that egg can be chilled and lost in that short period of time when you've got cold, rainy temperatures like we often experience here in the spring.